Hi everyone, my name is Justin Kong and I'm running for Executive Vice President with CalServe, Cal Students for Equal Rights and a Valid Education. I'm running for this position to bring the focus of the ASUC back to the students. With experience working in 2 past EVP offices, as well as working on Finance Committee this year as an ASUC Senator, I have the necessary qualifications for this position and I have 3 priorities to push this EVP office forward. 1, I want to maximize the potential of the reopening of Lower Sproul by creating an ASUC alumni donor network in order to draw in more revenue. 2, I want to increase transparency and outreach about ASUC resources, as well as work with the Lead Center to streamline the financial allocations process. 3, I want to change the classroom reservations process for study groups and student organizations by uniting the campus under one event management software. I believe that student organizations are the source of life here at Cal, and I want to make sure to support the growth and mission of every single student organization on this campus. So again, my name is Justin Kong, and thank you all for taking the time to listen to me.
Thank you. First question is, how have you been involved with the Jewish community at Cal? How will that involvement inform your work in representing our community in office?
So the extent of my involvement in the Jewish community really only stems from working with a lot of my friends who have engaged in the Jewish community here. To be completely honest, I have not actively engaged with a lot of people outside of the communities that I've personally worked with, and I recognize that that does shape my understanding of a lot of the work that I've been doing. I've been working with a lot of service organizations here, as well as publication groups, and I recognize that that doesn't necessarily complete the larger picture of what it means to be a Cal student. However, I do want to make sure, as EVP, to create a space in the ASUC that actively engages all the different senators from different communities so that they can learn from each other about the different issues that different communities on this larger Cal community face.
What is one of your personal values, and how do you see that value relating to the Jewish community?
One of the values that I hold strongly is being able to engage in service and being able to help other people that I believe that require just general assistance. My involvement in the service community, I think, is a reflection of that and the larger attitude of being able to work towards a greater common good. I believe that the Jewish community does reflect those values, and I want to make sure, as EVP, to continue my work in the involvement of a larger environmental community. I want to make sure that we make a commitment in order to make sure that we do take the steps to make this larger campus work towards a greener community, especially our commitment to a zero waste campus by 2020. But I believe we can go larger than that. We also can make sure to keep our commitment for the Lower Sproul by making sure that we do keep plastic water bottles and making efforts in order to make sure the Lower Sproul, when it opens, is reflective of those attitudes.
Thank you. As EVP, you moderate the discussion of the Senate and hold the final vote on a bill in case of a tie. If a contentious issue, such as divestment, came to the floor, how would you ensure a constructive and unbiased discussion and keep the Senate floor from denigrating to hate speech? Also, in the event of a tie, how do you make your decision?
I believe that my role as EVP is to serve as a neutral facilitator of the Senate. I know there was a lot of issues that arose in not only this Senate class, but in previous Senate classes that have really divided not only specific communities on this campus, but the larger campus community as a whole. As EVP, I want to make sure to create a space, again, for students to be able to engage in dialogues with each other, and not only engage with each other, but make sure that they're learning from each other. I believe that different students and different communities on this campus really do hold different perspectives on different particular issues. I do want to be the person to say that I do not support BDS, but at the same time, when it does come to a tie, I want to make sure that the senators' voices, and not only the senators' voices, but we give space and time for different community members who have passions and opinions about particular issues or whatever we talk about in Senate to be able to voice those opinions as well.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you. What do you think is the biggest issue currently facing the Jewish community, and how do you plan to address this issue as an executive?
To be completely honest, I do not know enough about the Jewish community to accurately make a statement about that. However, I do realize and recognize that it's the role of an ASUC executive to come in with that open mind and be able to engage with other people that I necessarily have not established relationships with previously. That being said, as EVP, I want to make sure that we do create a space in which we are able to learn from each other. I know I keep repeating that, but the Senate space is honestly one where we are supposed to, as different members of the different communities on campus, supposed to engage with each other on critical dialogues, whether or not that makes us comfortable or not. And I want to make sure as EVP to do exactly that.